Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Big shout out to our notification gang. Thank you so much for your continuous love and support. Thank you. In today's video, the video is going to be a lot quicker than last week's video. I'm going to show you how to rejuvenate your hair midweek very quickly while you're in the process of wearing your hair out. If it just needs a little bit of love, a little bit of moisture, and just to protect it so that when you're manipulating it the next day, the next morning, it's not too rough, not too dry, not too for you to not be able to get the desired look that you want. As we know, our hair works best when it's well hydrated, not when it's dry, and it flourishes and grows best when it's well hydrated and not when it's dry. So with that being said, first part, we're going to take the hair out. So this is the puff that I've had for the last couple of days. I've been having my hair in a puff. It has obviously shrunk down a bit more as the days have gone on and things like that. So I want to manipulate my hair. I want to put it away so that I can sleep. At the same time, I want to put it away so that I can use it tomorrow to go to work. Tomorrow is a work day. So yeah, let's jump straight into the video. We have my comb as usual, my spray bottle. What I'm going to do, spray my hair just around I'm like spraying myself too. Give myself a bath. Just so we're all aware on what we're doing. We don't want to saturate the hair. We just want the hair to be a little bit damp but not too damp because we want it to dry in time. Especially depending on the time that you're working with it. We want it to dry by the time you get to the next day. So your hair should be easy enough for you to pull apart and detangle. Not detangle, just pull apart easily. And I'm going to do 6 sections very quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to finger brush out my hair, and it should already start stretching and it should be easy to manipulate. Now what I'm doing is, this is post-wash day where I detangled, moisturized, did everything that I needed to do. Don't try and do this on hair that is not at that state at all. So you can see the difference already between this, where my hair was at, and this. Just a little bit of stretching. Just a tiny little bit of stretching. Now, it's a little bit damp, not even damp to be honest. It's just got a little bit of water. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take any comb that I love to work with. You can work with this, you can work with this, you can work with your afro comb. I know some other people like working with the afro comb. Let me work with an afro comb today so that I'm with you gals. And I'm just going to brush out the ends a little bit. As I said again, your hair should be detangled. If your hair is not detangled, you will not be able to do what my hair is doing right now. And you just want to do this so that it gets away those little knots at the end and it just brushes out whatever curls and stuff you have in it. This is why it's important, because you're going to be brushing your hair. If you don't want to brush your hair, you can use a, what do you call it? Your fingers. Now, the piece de resistance. You need a leave-in conditioner that you're going to use. I would recommend a leave-in conditioner, not a butter. A butter is very thick and can actually weigh down your hair if you're doing this 2 to 3 times a week. You don't want that. You want something very light. So the things that I would recommend for your hair during this process is like a curl cream, a leave-in, spray leave-in, or a like milky leave-in, depending on the type of hair that you have. Obviously my hair is quite dry, it needs a lot of moisture. So new find, guys. I was so excited when I found this. This is a sidetrack. I found this. Let me show it to you. And it has changed my life. I went to Priceline and they were having a sale on sheer moisture. The best thing to ever happen in my life. Those of you who know, who watched my last wash day, I ran out of everything. So I got restocked everything of the Manuka honey and I found this, the only one left. It was like it was there waiting for me. Anyway, it's a leave-in hydration mask and it is thicker than a Snicker, to the point where I can't even get anything out by doing what I'm doing right now. Nothing. Let me show you how thick it is. Look at this bad boy. Ain't she thick? So literally, I just stick my finger in. A little goes a long way and you'll see it because it is so thick. So you go in with your leave-in and you just make sure your hair is coated just lightly with the leave-in all over your ends. And obviously you'll start to see if it's like a curl cream, curl activator, all that kind of stuff. You'll start to see your curls kind of activate a little bit. It depends on the look that you actually want. If you want your curls to be activated and more of a curly look, you can do that. But if you want something else, you do whatever works for you. I want my hair to be puffy, so I'm not looking for that much curl activation, though, you know, it will still happen. Then I'm gonna braid my hair into a tight braid. Now, I usually do this when I know I wanna have a killer puff the next day. Puff for the days, puff for the ages. And what I'll do is I'll just braid a tight braid. And this works best when you're using a bigger chunk of hair because it'll be easier to undo. And when you're doing something this tight, you want to make sure that it is a bit bigger and it's not too wet because it will not dry. Trust me, I've been through it. It won't dry and you have a frumpy, wet afro puff the next day that will shrink as soon as it's let out because it's not actually dry. After I've done that, at the end, I'm going to do my twist. And to seal my twist off, I'm not going to spray it with water. I'm going to put some oil again. This is when you go in with your light oil, just a light oil. Jojoba oil, argan oil, not castor oil because that's too heavy. You need a light oil. And that is how you seal your end. Then you're just going to repeat the same steps again for the rest of your hair. You don't want to do too many sections because remember, we want to do this at the end of the night. So unless you're not going anywhere the next day, this is really meant to be just quick and easy. So 10 minutes at most. You can do this before you go to bed for the next day. So you protect your hair without doing too much damage. Quick braid, la-di-da-di-da. And the braid doesn't even have to be perfect. That's a good thing about it. Once you get to the end, separate it into two, do a 2-strand twist, and just help it with your ends by a little bit of oil, not too much. I'm not even pumping the pump. It's just like a quarter of a pump, just to help me seal the ends so that they don't get excited and start knotting. So then you're going to do this with the rest of your hair. I'm going to part it into a few more sections, just like that. Just 6 sections. You don't want to do too much. You could even do 4 sections if you want, but I find 6 works. Alright, so now I'm at the last one and I have 6 plaits, what are they called? Plaits. And I'm just going to finish this one off. Now, if you want to go out, so So you're doing this the day that you want to go out, or you're going out in a couple of hours. You can allow this to air dry a little bit. Then you are going to take a blow dryer on cool or warm, not hot, cool or warm, and you are going to blow dry it. Now the blow drying will help set it and will help the product to just set a little bit, which is what will help you with your definition. If you're going to sleep, you put your bonnet on now and you won't have to deal with it until the next morning. So for the sake of this video, let's say we're going out tonight. So I am going to allow this to rest for a couple of hours while I do my makeup, get ready, do everything that I need to do. Then, once I'm ready, I'm going to blow dry. Too early. I'm going to blow dry this on warm or cool, depending on what you're comfortable with. I would recommend warm. Warm won't do too much damage. However, if you don't, trust yourself, you can just go in with a light spritz of heat protectant. Then you just want to set them. Now what I like to do is that if you are going out or whatever you want to do, you blow dry them for a little bit, then you leave it for a little bit, then you take it out. So you allow it to continue to dry, you allow it to continue to set. If you don't like using heat, then I recommend you would have done this the night before. But this is for, sometimes there's spontaneous things that happen and your hair is not in the state it needs to be in. Alternatively, you can do the sleek bun if you don't want to manipulate your hair too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go have dinner with my husband and I'll come back and we'll undo this so we can see how it looks and how rejuvenated it is. So I'll get back to you guys soon. I'm back. It's been about an hour and a bit. We had dinner, picked my outfit for tomorrow, for work tomorrow. So I can feel that they're a little bit dry, but not that dry, but that's all right. So what I'm going to do now, pretend as if it's the next day. So what I'm going to do, spritz my hands with some water. This is particularly for the ends. You can also go in with a little bit of oil. So your hands will be like this. And you want to just coat everything, just so it's shiny and healthy. Then you want to undo what you did. So see, already it sort of started taking the shape. If you were to leave this in overnight, it would be perfect. It's stretched out and it's very soft, and you can even see how soft it is when you just look at it. So because it's only 6 and they're so thick and moisturized, it's so easy to undo them. Just like that. So remember when I was saying I just want softness, I don't want definition. This is what I mean. There's only a little bit of definition, but they're very soft and no tangles, easy to take out. This is perfect for when you want to do a puff style for your hair. Okay, this one is harder than it needs to be. I don't know what's going on. Oh, because it's still a little bit damp. So that's what I meant. But it's very well moisturized. So now that I've undone it, I'm just gonna undo any of the parts that are like sort of bunched up together, could possibly come. So now, just depending on what you want to do with your hair, it's manageable. If I wanted to do an afro, I would not do this method. So now for me, I'm going to do a puff for work. So I'm going to go in with my hair, take out the partitions, take out the parting. Nobody likes to see the parting, just my hair. Oh, yeah, that felt nice. Then, what I'm going to do is flip my hair back in the way that I'm going to do it. And I'm going to pick out my hair from there, like this. So this should be easy because your hair is already very detangled, very fluffy. It won't require much work. Once I've picked it out, you guys know how I do it. I'm gonna go in with my brush just to even out the sides, and then to make it even fluffier, I'm going to fluff out. And this will even help further to take out. Yeah, it's now very fluffy. Look how fluffy it is. No lines, nothing. When I'm going to work, I just use a hair tie. I don't use anything else. Now, look at the difference in the hair. Fluffier, more hydrated. Wow, look at this big old thing. She's huge, she's fluffy, she's cute. That's how you do it, guys. Quick and easy, fast, not time effective. Remember to wear your bonnet. I have my gumbeze in my hair. If you want me to teach you how to take them out, let me know. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys have liked this video. I'll see you guys next week.